Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the 11 Angry Men podcast. Adam, as you were, with the selection with Nicobe D.
Yeah, of course. So pretty much what I was saying is, the Patriots are recently historically known for drafting, kind of two different type of teams. We've gone for the Bama boys recently and Georgia. And I just think replacing or not per se replacing Dante Hightower because he's, phenomenal linebacker, but having someone for him to learn from, I think that would be a great fit. That Georgia ties, stuff like that. Obviously, for the mock draft sense, I'm definitely going to draft him. But in real life, I do think a trade back or trade out of the first round would be something that the Patriots would definitely do for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Bill always has something up his sleeves.
Oh yeah, for sure. So it's always hard to predict. I think, like I said last year, watching the draft with you guys, I think was one of the first times I've ever been so correct on a Patriots draft. I was, doing pretty good with just my own Patriots draft and the whole offseason. I know every time they signed someone, you would tell me, when we were in our dorms, man, how did you know they were going to sign that person? I was like, I just know my team. So, but it's tricky, year in and year out, especially, now that Bill Belichick spent a lot of money on his defense. I don't know why you stopped building that. So yeah, I guess that's where I'm coming from for that pick.
Got you. So I'm back up. For 15th pick in the second round. First pick, I took to Marvin Leal, the defensive tackle from Texas A&M. Honestly, I'm a little torn right now because I like Jahan Dotson and the speed element that he brings. I feel like he could kind of replace a little bit of what Ruggs used to do for us. But I see a guard like Zion Johnson here. And I know that if you give Carr time, he's like a totally different person and athlete. So I'm going to take Zion here. Shore up. Probably move him to left guard because John Simpson originally was supposed to be our right guard with Incognito filling our left position. It was going to be a camp battle between Good and Simpson. And then, of course, Denzel Good towards ACL. And Richie Incognito hasn't really played this year. So it moved Simpson to left guard. It moved our first round rookie tackle Alex Leatherwood to right guard. And we have Brandon Parker still at right tackle for some reason. But yeah, adding somebody like Zion Johnson would be able to flex Leatherwood back to his natural right tackle position. And then you would just keep Simpson. Well, I guess they could either flip. I feel like they could both play left or right guard. And thinking about it, I'd probably move Zion to left guard actually, because Simpson's not that great of a pass blocker, but he's a great run blocker. And having him do combo blocks with Leatherwood could really open up a whole side of the field for Jacobs to cut back.
Oh, for sure, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah. So and then for the Packers second round pick, I think things could get a little interesting here depending on what happens in free agency. So I think here, look at inside linebacker. Oh, did Christian Harris already get picked?
Yes.
Oh, dang. Look at receiver real quick.
So I don't know why this site in particular is low on Pickens. And I guess Mechie's low on the list now because he tore his ACL against Georgia last week.
I did see a different mock draft that the Packers actually picked Mechie, and it did mention his torn ACL.
Yeah. It's unfortunate this late in the process too.
Yeah, that really is unfortunate, but I don't think the Packers would go with Mechie necessarily, but I think that if they don't have Christian Harris there at linebacker, I do think that they go receiver here probably. And then is that the top receiver right there?
Yeah.
not really. I'll say, you know what? I would probably have them picking Justin Ross.
Justin Ross.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting pick. I mean, I like it.
Yeah.
He's 6'4". You know, he's got a good catch radius. He's not a speedster, but I guess you already have speedsters with like
Yeah.
Valdez
I just
Scantling.
feel like we don't necessarily need a speedster type player just because of, we picked MVS for that exact reason,
Yep.
even though he is 6'2" still, but we picked him because he's, a faster guy. And I just feel like you can get those faster guys also at the end of the draft as well.
Definitely, yeah.
So
And someone for Aaron Rodgers to just be able to trust to catch the ball.
Or Jordan Love.
Yeah, or Jordan Love. Yeah.
So as far as the Patriots now on the board, so if they would have traded back, they would have maybe had a couple picks here in the second round, if not some future ones. But for the sake of this, we went linebackers, so we kind of have that set. So, if I'm Bill Belichick, I'm kind of looking at three different things. I'm looking at corner, I'm looking at wide receiver, and I'm looking at interior defensive line. And when you see the guys there, it's kind of exciting to think about Mathis from Alabama because we just got Christian Barmore. So why not team those guys up again and make the inside, crazy? But, that could just be, a little bit of a dream there. And you kind of think about receiver too. There's a lot of good receivers on the board. Mike being the Packers just, left Dotson out there, and guys like that. And obviously the Alabama receiver, John is really quick and stuff like that, but he's hurt. So, but I'd kind of look at corner here because, you have Devin McCourty getting old, JC Jackson, we're not quite sure about. So, I'm kind of looking to see here, what's available. I don't know if you can scroll down a little bit. Did Kobe get already picked?
He's still here.
So he's still there. So, I mean, he's done pretty good this year for Cincinnati. Despite the site rating him really low, he's actually, a top 10 corner there. Patriots usually pick, it's really hard with the Patriots because they have years where they pick really big physical corners, like they did Juan Williams and guys like that. But I kind of, gosh, it's kind of tricky right here, sheesh, can you go to safety real quick?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Battle's still there.
Yeah, Jordan Battle, more Bama guys. I do like that. We do need a safety.
McKinley's a ball hawker. I think he leads the nation in picks with 6.
Yeah, you're right about. I'm actually because Devin McCourty and our DBs are really known, for being ball hawks. We did have Stephon Gilmore, which he's like a true lockdown corner. I think a lot of people don't understand the difference between lockdown and ball hawk. Sometimes you can be both. Lockdown is a guy that you're going to put on someone, like maybe Jair or Stephon Gilmore or Jalen Ramsey. They might not get a lot of, picks, but they're going to completely shut out your number one receiver. They're just going to lock him down. No, it's like Revis Island, pretty much. You're not going to get anything with them. And then you have ball hawks. And Patriots have been historically known to get a lot of ball hawks. Devin McCourty and JC Jackson, they get a lot of tipped passes and tips. Kind of like Diggs this year for the Cowboys. I wouldn't necessarily say he's a lockdown corner, but he's always in the right spot. So I think for that kind of versatility, and especially with McCourty getting old, you need someone back there that's going to be able to, while JC Jackson and, the fellow corners that are going to help, because we have good corner depth now with Jalen Mills and, JC Jackson. Hopefully we keep JC Jackson. But and we drafted Kyle Duggar a few years ago. And so I think with that being said, to kind of have McKinley, from Oregon, that kind of ball hawk type of guy be back there, I think that could be really dangerous for the Patriots. It provides, Bill Belichick's really big on turnovers. Like I said, we've had 17 in the past 7 weeks. That completely changes the game. So to have someone to kind of, do that and be around the ball like that, that's kind of why we got Miles Bryant too on, from the practice squad. And now he played last game and he actually made the final breakup between the pass between Allen and his receiver. So I think to have someone like McKinley, I think would really benefit the Patriots. So, if it's not Jordan Battle, I could definitely see McKinley or something like that. So yeah, I think my pick would have to go McKinley, get that ball hawk in there, good replacement, learn from McCourty, learn the system, be all well-rounded. So it's kind of with what I'm going with.
So you seem to bolster up that defense a little bit.
Yep.
Get some youth going in
Yeah.
there, get some depth going.
Yeah, absolutely.
Always important to make sure you have a good defense.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's how we've, won a lot of our games. I obviously don't take any credit away from Brady or any throughout those 20 years, but Belichick, a lot of people forget he's defensive mastermind. He's coached Lawrence Taylor and he's part of the Browns when their defense was actually good, so I think a lot of people forget that, and Belichick is really good with his defense. So I really like those picks.
As well, I do too. So some closing comments. Do you guys have anything else to add on to it?
Oh, you got anything to add on?
I mean, I'm good. I mean, you're the host, so I guess for me and Michael, thank you for allowing us to be on here and
Yeah, it was really
talk
cool.
about some football. Love to do it again.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. So for the next episode, if we had one, I would probably do a post-game breakdown of the games we watched from our favorite teams, what we thought we did well, what we thought we did bad. Just catching like the fans up. That's what I would do as the next episode. And yeah, I want to thank you guys for coming on tonight. On pretty short notice. You guys are pretty willing to just come out, hang out with me for a little bit. So I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
problem.
No problem. Always.
Okay. Thank you. And this is the end of the 11 Angry Men podcast.